So I'm in my Mini Cooper 2009 Clubman. I wanted to show you how to install basically a phone holder, but on this side, got it off Amazon, and I will leave links in the description, but it's so that you can hold the phone in this position so that you don't have to look down at your phone or whatever. And I did this as a stopgap, and it works actually decently to just put it on the side of there, but I'm always worried that that's going to come off. So I wanted to do a more permanent solution designed for the Mini Cooper itself. So this is the box that came in from Amazon, and what's inside the box. Wonderful. So you have the actual phone holder here, and I will open that up, and then you have a tool and the arm itself. That's it. What's in the box? So let's see here. I think you got some screws too. Those fell. So that is the holder. It is made out of metal. And you got some screw positions, and that's basically it. So let's install this thing. So first thing we're going to have to do is move the steering wheel all the way down, and then there's a couple of screws back here. So let's get that shot there. So there's a screw here and a screw on the opposite side over here. So 2 screws. I believe they're Phillips, but I will put down in the description what they are. And you have to take those 2 off to get the speedometer, or the tachometer, off. Okay, so the size that it needs to be is a T30. And man, that sucker is on there. So let's take those 2 out, and then we'll pull this sucker out. For getting this sucker off, be patient, because them screws, even though they're not super long, they really want to hold on. But I did get those 2 screws out. So now we can get to the back of the tachometer and get those screws out and get this thing mounted. So the kit provides 3 longer Phillips head screws to replace the 3 that are on the tachometer, but no spacers or nothing, so we'll see how this thing fits. This is the holder installed. It's got a little British flag on there. It's got the other, and it's got the little insignia there. This part, no instructions. It's just basically got like a wing nut, plastic wing nut with a metal brass insert, and it's got a metal back, I guess, screw with a ball on the end, and then that gets tightened with this. It's not super thick or heavy duty, so I wouldn't say that this thing is super high quality, especially for the amount I paid. I paid 30 bucks for this thing, but we'll see after I get it all on how well it holds the phone itself. So here is the 2 screws side by side, the new one and the old one. They're just a little bit different, not much actually, about maybe a 1/4 of an inch, not even, difference in length. So not really sure why they supplied such short screws, but maybe because the mount is not very thick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 screw out. I'm going to put the unit in one, that way I can put the other screw back in. That way this Speedo, if it wants to come apart, it won't. Alright, so I got the first screw started here. I'm leaving it loose. I'm going to take out these other 2 screws one at a time, and or actually I'll probably take this one out and this one out now that I've got at least 1 screw in there. and then I'll replace the 2 screws with the new screws and see how it looks. So that was pretty simple. I just replaced all 3 screws that lined up pretty well. Now I just have to place it back onto its mounting point here, tighten it all up, and it'll be done. And that's the holder right there. And it looks like it's got clearance, although just barely. Everything is really tight tolerance here, so I'm not even sure if I can move my thing back once I get it mounted. So yeah, once I get my steering column back in place, if I can move the steering wheel back up or not, we'll see. They supply you with that Torx 30, and this is the reason why you would need it, because right there is the screw. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I had to basically get the screw in with my screwdriver, but the actual mount is in the way. So in order for you to get this reinstalled, you do have to use that, because it just has enough clearance to get up and over and spin the screw tight with, or you just need a really long extension, which I could have done too. But that's one of the reasons they give you the tool. So screwing it back on, I'm going to tighten it up, and then I'm going to test it out with my phone. When you've got the phone installed, and I'm doing it about eye level now, so this is my view. Now as you can see here, the other mount was a little higher. I could have mounted that a little lower and a little bit left, and that would have been a really good position. But this one is not a bad position. If I were to go to like a map or something, that would be pretty good. Not bad. So you still have your maps right here, and still reaching distance. And I've got my seat pretty far back. I'm pretty tall. I'm 6'2", so this is not bad at all. So yeah. So one last shot here, just showing that the this is with it back. So I put the steering wheel back in its highest position just to see if there would be any clearance issues, and it clears by probably, I'd say, 1/8 of an inch, but it does clear, so it should be okay to mount it there. And you can always drop the phone higher or lower, so it doesn't necessarily have to be there. It could be more in the middle position, and if you find that it obstructing your view, because it's almost the same as this one now. So anyway, that's my video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked this video and you found it informational. If you did, please click like, and if you really liked it, please subscribe. I'm gonna get the tech out of here. Later.